In a world that thrummed with the relentless urgency of modern life, there was a small coffee shop nestled on a quiet street corner, its wooden sign swaying gently in the spring breeze. The aroma of freshly ground coffee beans mingled with the scent of pastries, creating an inviting embrace for anyone seeking solace. It was here, among the clinking of cups and the soft murmur of conversations, that Jonah found himself one brisk morning, his heart a tangle of worry and anticipation. Jonah had always been a dreamer, a man who believed that once he crossed certain milestones, landing a promotion, buying a house, or taking that long-awaited vacation, he would finally be happy. Yet as he sipped his coffee, he felt an unsettling emptiness gnawing at his insides. He had accomplished so much, yet the sense of fulfillment remained elusive, like a flickering candle just out of reach. As he stared out the window, lost in thought, a sudden laugh bubbled up from a nearby table, snapping him back to the present. A group of friends, their faces lit with joy, passed a plate of pastries among themselves, savoring each small bite. Jonah watched as one woman, her eyes sparkling with delight, closed them in bliss after tasting a chocolate croissant, savoring the moment as if it were the most precious gift. Let me ask you something real quick. When was the last time you enjoyed something small, without rushing, without filming it, without thinking about what's next? Not a big win, not a life milestone, just a moment. A voice echoed through his mind, reminiscent of a podcast he had listened to just days before. That voice had challenged him, urging listeners to recognize the beauty in the mundane, to relish the quiet moments that often slip through their fingers unnoticed. Life doesn't happen in big moments. It happens in between them, it had said. And Jonah couldn't help but feel that he had been racing through life like a marathon runner, forgetting to breathe, to pause, to simply be. With that thought, he took a deep breath, letting the warmth of the coffee cup seep into his palms. He began to notice the little things around him, the gentle rustle of the leaves outside, the rich tapestry of sounds enveloping him, and even the warmth of the sunlight filtering through the window. Casting playful shadows on the worn wooden floor, each moment felt like a small stitch in the fabric of his life, so often overlooked. But the conflict within Jonah was palpable. The weight of societal expectations bore down on him, whispering lies that happiness was something to be earned, not experienced. He worried about deadlines, bills, and what the next promotion would bring. The fear of missing out consumed him, making him rush through the very life he yearned to enjoy. As the minutes ticked by, he realized he had a choice. He could continue his chase, or he could embrace the present, grounding himself in the reality of now. The laughter of the friends echoed like a melody, inviting him to join their celebration of the ordinary. Jonah made a decision. He would let go of the pressure to achieve, if only for a moment. With newfound clarity, he turned back to his coffee, allowing appreciation to wash over him. Each sip was a reminder of gratitude, a taste of the present moment that required no filters or social media posts. The quality of your life is determined by the moments you let yourself feel. He recalled from the podcast, a mantra that resonated deeply. As Jonah stepped out of the cafe, the sun warmed his face, and a sense of peace enveloped him. He felt alive, not because of grand achievements, but because he had finally learned to cherish the small joys, the laughter, the sunlight, the richness of now. Today, he resolved, he would let the small things be enough, and in that acceptance, he found a flicker of true happiness blooming within him, ready to grow like the flowers around him in the spring.